Good evening. It's a lovely Thursday, and we are back right here on Ubuntu channel with NSAKA, a discussion, a program that looks and discusses different social issues concerning love, life, and relationships. Well, tonight we are having a special topic that we're supposed to have last week, and may I take this opportunity to apologize for not having the program last week. However, tonight we are geared for this program, and we are going ahead and looking at what makes a partner lose interest, love, or intimacy. Tonight I'm joined by Auntie Ruth as my co-host, as part of the panel that we are having tonight to discuss the topic. And I just want to encourage you to share this broadcast, tag someone, call someone. Let us have this discussion around why a partner can lose interest, love, or intimacy. Now, don't forget that we are on most of the social media platforms. On YouTube, it's Ubuntu channel, Facebook, Ubuntu channel Zambia, or Ubuntu Live. And then we are also on X, formerly Twitter, Ubuntu channel. So please be glued and make sure you follow us through these social platforms and be glued to the programs that we have, because every night at 20 hours, we come live to you, and we have different programs that deal with different issues pertaining to politics, sports, lifestyle. Come on, don't miss any of our products and our broadcasts. Now, Auntie Ruth has joined us. Good evening, Auntie Ruth. Welcome to Ubuntu channel.
Good evening, Uncle CJ, and good evening to all the viewers and listeners of Ubuntu channel.
Yeah, it's been quite a while since you were with us. We missed you, and we've been missing you a lot. What have you been up to?
I was just in the background following the issues of love and all that kind of stuff. I never used to miss the program though, but I haven't been in the studio for quite some time.
Yeah. We've been seeing the comments that you were making on the program.
But I'm glad to be back, I must say.
Yeah, and it is a pleasure. It is a pleasure. Well, so viewers, tonight we are looking at what makes a partner lose interest, love, intimacy. Okay, we've seen and heard that there are marriages that look nice outside, but inside the marriage is not there. We see couples divorcing after 1 month, 2 weeks, 2 years, 5 years, even after 10 years of being in marriage. And, you know, we get to ask different questions. Auntie Ruth, what is your introduction with regard to tonight's topic?
Tonight's topic looks very interesting. It has a lot loaded in it: love, intimacy, and interest. And I was looking at it like, it's like viliche muchizungu, love, but then we love ungakambe kupachikondi, intimacy, and interest in a relationship, whether it be it in a marriage. And we are looking at this topic and why people would lose interest, or why people would no longer be intimate in a relationship. So I'm excited about this program and to hear from our listeners and viewers out there what are their views and what would make a relationship or marriage to lose intimacy, love, or interest.
Wow. So viewers will be opening the lines early tonight, and would like to interact with you over this topic. So please make sure you just put in your comment, your contribution, your question through the comment section, and we'll be able to, bring it on and engage with us The studio link will be shared shortly so that you can join the studio and together we can have this conversation going. What makes a partner lose interest, love, and intimacy? Now, from the interest side, muchikwati interest is there. Can you say that the husband or wife should always have interest in the partner? How important is interest? Matka interest kama funika. And in terms of interest, what are we looking at kakambati interest? I don't know, Auntie Ruth, what you think of when we say interest?
I think with me, when we talk about interest in line of love, we are talking about how you would be interested. You have this longing to listen to this person. Maybe you look forward to hear from them. You want to be with them. You know what is up to with them. I feel in that way, that's how I can put interest to be the longing of how you would just long to be with somebody, either to talk to them, to know what's going on. That simply shows, or just to listen to them. What is it that is happening with this particular partner of mine? I feel that's what interest is when we look at interest in terms of love. So now we are looking at it like this interest, this longing of being with your partner, this how you would want to know what is going on, what are they up to, where are they, what time will you meet, that kind of a thing. And that's what we are looking at. What would make somebody to lose that longing to be with that particular person? I think that's my take. What do you think, CJ?
First checking your coach Zungu na dictionary. So yeah, there's a definition which says a great attention and concern from someone or something at intellectual curiosity. Yeah, okay.
Attention. That's very interesting.
Then in it says attention that is given to or received from someone or something. Okay. Then in it says something or someone is interested in. Okay. Okay. My definitions about 9 hapa. The person's okay. It says the price paid for obtaining or price received for providing money, goods, or interest. Okay, interest, like 5% interest. Okay, so there are things mentioned like attention, okay, concern, just like you were saying. So, but imafunika kuti mzako umuye wako vija, so right? Eh?
I think so, because I mean, especially that we are talking about issues of love, attention. You know, imagine you are with your partner and you are trying to explain to them how your day was, and somebody is like, they are not in the mood, they are not there. I mean, it just feels it feels awkward.
Inkala dry, okay. Then jumpide kuli love.
Okay.
Yeah. So if we say of love, I don't know what comes to your mind.
No, I'm just speaking things just from my mind, just the way I spoke about it. I feel, even though love is a big thing, I'm glad Evangelist is here. Welcome, Evangelist.
Thank you so much. I've been here for some time.
Yes, I know, and I've been following the program, but I'm glad that you are here while I'm here.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Welcome, Evangelist. Nice. It's good to have you.
Nice seeing you after a long time.
Yes, nice to see you too, Evangelist.
Thank you.
Yes, CJ,
Right.
let's take it over to Evangelist. We hear what he says.
Okay, Evangelist, it's good to have you. We had started the discussion going, so we are always glad to draw from your well of wisdom, and we'll double back a bit and have this discussion looked at so that we get your view from your well of wisdom and the experience that you have. The discussion that we are looking at is what makes a partner lose interest, love, and intimacy. So I think just to give us a brief background and for people to understand, we have three interesting words here. There's interest, there's love, there's intimacy. So would like to get your views, what you think of these words and how these words can be defined. Okay, we seem to have lost Evangelist. We are having connectivity issues every now and again. However, we continue and we hope that he'll be able to join in quickly. So we were looking at love. Okay, Auntie Ruth, itikakamba love. Okay, you are muted. We're also joined by Wom Kelewai. Wom Kelewai, good evening. Thank you for joining. Welcome to tonight's broadcast.
Good evening, CJ. How are you?
Fine, thank you. Hope you
Where
had a
was
great day.
Muchwani? It's been long. Are you around?
What was each one? I'm around, man.
You went in hibernation.
I was in the comment section. You know, even football, I love watching in the comment section.
Ah. Oh.
Then CJ
So tamarefo kumoneka pa mbilivili pa chitonsi.
Oh, but there's a channel
Good to
comment. CJ is to come with a hook. Come out of the comment section. Be there and come here also.
No, it's good to see you.
Good to hear from you too, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
All right. We can see Evangelist is back, though we're experiencing a few connectivity issues here and there. Okay,
Let's
viewers,
hear
just a
from
reminder. Yes, Auntie Ruth.
I was saying, let's hear from Wom Kelewai so far. We talked about interest, and now we were looking at love. What comes to his mind when we talk of love, or when he hears the word just say love?
Okay. Ichitemwiko lilato. Yeah. Luyando. It means a lot. It's a very wide subject, and it shows how people express their inner feelings to one another in actions, for example, in doing something, taking good care of the significant others or people around you. And they are two different of love. The love that we give to our relatives and those that and our children, those that we are bloodly related to, which is unconditionally, and it will be there forever. And also we have love that we give to our partners, the romantic that we involved with the romantic, we share our feelings and stuff, where we discuss matters. So I would simply say that it's easy to differentiate the two, but the way we have been told how to love, remember the history. A long time ago, we used to be told that if you love someone, you need to beat them, and that's the way to express ichitemwiko. Our parents will work us just try to control us, but to discipline us, and all in the name of trying to show us love. So love sometimes is painful, and we grew up in that until now, when we realize to say you don't have to necessarily beat to express your love. You have to care and talk, express your feelings through with your normal communication. And we should remove these taboo issues if we want to really talk to our relatives or our loved ones. We don't need to hide anything, especially when we talk about, for example, if you want to talk about sex and diseases, we sometimes try to hide because we feel it's a taboo to talk about somebody who has sexual transmitted diseases or HIV or anything, or you feel like it's a taboo to talk to somebody who you love. Basically, love it's a wide subject, but the way I have said it, it is the way I understand for now.
Thank you very much, Kilubai. Thank you very much, Kilubai. So we've looked at interest, we've looked at love. There's now intimacy. When we're talking about intimacy, what comes to mind? What are we looking at in terms of intimacy? Okay, Auntie Ruth, maybe you can go first on that one.
Okay, when I just think of intimacy, I feel every other word is according to how you experience it. It's like everything is quite personal. So, intimacy, we are talking about closeness, how open one can be to the other person. It can be a physical intimacy, it can be an emotional intimacy. I feel intimacy talks about closeness. What do you think, CJ? Closeness and how open you can be to the other person, either to your partner. What are the definitions saying there? Me, I don't even go into definitions. I just say it the way I hate it, or maybe the way I brought up knowing that's how it is.
That is what we call wisdom.
Oh, thank you so much, Kelevai. Let's hear from you. What do you think of intimacy? Or maybe you have definitions from dictionaries, whatever it is, where people define such words. Let's hear from you, Kelevai.
I will also probably define it the way I understand it.
True.
When you are talking about intimacy, me, I'm thinking about the person, your partner that you share your sexual feelings or desires with.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the person that is so close to you that you cannot, you trust, and you can divulge all information or secrets to that person about your very deep-rooted secret, that you would rather trust somebody and open up to that person that you are intimately in love with. So I can end there, because that's what I think when we talk about intimacy. Then it's about love making.
Yeah.
Lekantingene manje mchani ma dictionary manje hapa.
Okay, so
the first definition says feeling or atmosphere of closeness and openness towards someone else, often but not necessarily involving sexuality.
Okay.
Okay, the second one, it says intimate intimate relationship. Okay, it gives an example. It says, I have formed many intimacies and friendships, but I am afraid they are all of too tender a construction to bear courage. Okay, then the other definition, it says intimate, in detail, term of intimate information. In terms of relationships, I think basically this also hinges on what you've said, where it says, where it talks about feeling or atmosphere of closeness and openness, and then involving, though it says not necessarily involving sexuality. So meaning sexuality is also involved there. There's also a comment from Namwinga. Maybe you can put it on so that we read it as well. It says, intimacy in a relationship is a feeling of being close and emotionally connected and supported. Wow. Thank you very much, Namwinga. Now, we get back to the discussion. What are some of the things that you think can cause interest, whether it's love or intimacy, to die in a relationship?
Is it my? Oh yeah, I thought you. So you posed the question to me.
Yes,
What
Yes, Wamkelewai.
what causes the intimate relationship to what? To die?
Yeah, what do you think are some of the things that make the interest, whether it's love or intimacy, in a relationship to go down or to die, to fade away?
Okay. Ruthie, can you mute yourself before there's that feedback coming? Thank you. Okay. What I understand myself from my own experience of having lived on this planet for close to 50 years, I would simply say that what causes mostly, especially from the Zambian point of view, okay, is the issue to do with trust. When people have decided to go separate ways and start hiding from one another, and you start treating each other in a relationship as though you are just you're just doing business. There's no more sharing of your secrets or any information, and you are hiding things from one another. Those could actually be a ground to a dying relationship and to causing the intimacy to actually falls out. Is the trust is one of the most important ingredients in that causes mistrust. I mean, that causes a lot of relationship to be in that state where people grow a distance between one another. You stop communicating. You've now started living like just buddies. You're no longer buying presents. You're no longer acknowledging your partner about the way they look, the way they dress, the way they smell. I know you buy them present, you go out for places, dating and stuff. All those things tend to die when the relationship is on I don't know how to put it, but it's on
On the rocks.
Yes, when it's on the rocks, for example, yes. So it is important as partners, meaning boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife, to even just mere friends, to really be in contact, communicate, and do not get tired of one another. Of course, there's always an aspect where people need a little bit of space. You give them time to miss, you give each other time to miss each other, so that when you get back, you rekindle, you ignite that fire, because you've missed each other so much. But you don't wish that mwenzako akaenda nishiwa. You wish them aendelee asakabwerere, so that you can have now time to garavant na iwe. No, but basically that's what I can say for now. And also Mulungu, Bambiri tina chita, because we are a Christian, we have a Christian background in our country. So Mulungu, we forget about God, because we forget about meditating to God. Because God, when we meditate to the Most High, we actually get closer to our significant others, and start treating them with that passionate love that we can derive from the holy books and stuff. That's what I can say for now. Thank you.
Thank you. Sorry for interrupting you. Himba has just joined us. Himba, good evening and welcome.
Thank you so much, CJ. I'm sorry I've come in late. However, what is important is that I'm here. Good evening, viewers, and my apology. I'm just recovering from a cold. However, it's nice to be with you, and it's nice to have this wonderful time with you people here.
Glad to hear that you're down. Please, a quick recovery. Take good care of yourself. We're praying for God's healing, so that you snap out of that cold. Yeah. Auntie Ruth, you're welcome. Auntie Ruth, let me throw the ball to you.
We are talking about what causes the partner to lose interest, intimacy, and love in a relationship.
Mm-hmm.
So Womkuleva has explained, and he has explained very well. Sometimes I think namabize angakulengese wa losing interest and love in a relationship. And sometimes when you live together for a long time, I think navama love nama story on you start just living together. What do you think?
But you just start living together. But isn't that a reason kuti miyambe kubonding? Kekumankalaidza vantu ambokambato vaja vamba kupalana. So isn't that supposed to bring it even more together?
Well, I think wamba chekupalana by living together uyangenera upu wasakira zingati wili wasakira zingati kuskuru yuchani. I think all those things, they just scatter the whole love. They scatter the intimacy that should have been there. In the end, you just remain to be partners, to carry on responsibilities and to pay bills together. So it would be better if people can have programs, have plans on how you can just ensure that love and intimacy is not thrown away into the bills basket. By planning, as much as you have all the bills and everything, plan on your love. go for a vacation, just like Womkelevai was trying to explain and give his views on the same. So I'm adding Mabize views to be another reason why one would lose intimacy, love, and interest. Because imagine you're from work, you get home, you are tired, you wouldn't want to be intimate to your partner. Maybe what you want is just to go take a shower, throw yourself on the bed, kwacha kuseni, ye tachedwa. And that kind of a thing, I think somehow that could be the reality of what I think, the picture that I have. What do you think, Himba there? What's your thought on this one? What would make a partner to lose interest, intimacy, and love in a relationship? Eh,
Shaabula Counsellor Shaabula, my roommate.
add one more, Himba.
At Shaabula Counsellor my roommate.
Exactly.
At the roommates.
Basically, there are actually many reasons, which make a partner to lose interest in their partner. Kambili, personally, I believe that when we are dating, we don't actually know each other. We get to know each other at Kankala Munyumba. And even if Tukamba, I love you, I do. Love people, I want to come Kankala Munyumba. So then now, even when they are getting married, instead of which was to activate love ikayamba ifetingira tupoyamba pamene paja kange after wagera mnyumba paja mwakala marumi nde tobona vinangu veswenzo chetekera wafike era wabwakamba nichichani ichi, so definitely even fail to activate the love. But some of the reasons could be, one, even your behavior. The way you behave towards your friend, your language, how do you talk to your friend? Are you the kind of a person who appreciates your friend? Are you a kind of a person who understands when your friend has made a mistake? Are you a person who's going to muzago akakamba sorry? Are you the one who's going to understand? Kabiru zapeza muzago akamba sorry. Yobo kamba imwe kabia nyuko nola mulande fe sorry mulebe pa family babu fi. You don't even mean it. Even when your friend, eventually this person will start feeling, oh, why does he talk to me like this? Why does he talk to me like this? Does it mean he doesn't love me? Does she mean doesn't feel the same way we used to feel? And even if the other person is not responsible towards the other, like Wamuna, your responsibility muchoka panyumba mwasiano ndio yafika kuma point kwe msevinga na mpoto zeka manzi eka we are seeing women doing that. It just makes this woman to lose interest. People say for people to live together or to be in love mufuniko nyengerelana, so ngasi munyengerelana muluzinga interest, and always to want to value other people over your partner, and even kumixinga ma positions pepa funiko nkala partner wako mkazi wako ubula wika po sister wako wika banzako. There are even people who say iwe bali abanandi twale angala nabo before tawulaisa life mumwandi. So who am I? Where do I belong? So it's the things we do, the things we say to our friends, to our partners, is what makes to lose interest. You just said, abana bofu balanda, this is the way he talks, this is the way he deals. And the other one, it's men allowing the woman to take care of herself. No matter how a woman is independent, CJ, olwakwanisa nani nikambeko bashabula, lero ndine bashabula kange kulibe. CJ, no moment how a woman can manage to look after themselves, to do their personal needs. Olo niba doctor, niba president, wakwanisa kuzichitila. Those personal needs like kubagulila ma pants, kubagulila ma bra, kubalipilila zako sisi. Please do it. If a woman is saying, no, I can take care of myself, ndimwewokwatila, that's a red flag.
Independent woman.
Banaleko kupenda munzeru siba kupenda, you are not valid. You wanna fool bali, my wife, she takes care of herself. You are not valid in their life. They don't feel any attachment to you. When a woman nipe mpako zasi, you and I, you and we feel nice. And even Ivakazi, the little things you do for a man, appreciate him, oh sweetie nimikeni to manzi, or the moment you stop doing those things, people they say it's tradition, but they make you closer and they give you an opportunity to have that intimate time. But the moment you stop doing those personal things for each other, it makes you to lose the grip and it makes you to lose the love you have for each other. So never allow a married man to live an independent life in your house or in your matrimonial home. You are just, that's a red flag. Mamuna man, na that's pelekera manzini. Ambo chitatu just waziwa chata bakakwa afwa be careful. That's a red flag. Probably that man is losing interest, but not every man. Kulibena ngwama zichitila, but you have to be careful. You have to know if this is genuinely or he's losing interest. And even there are many things, CJ, which we need to look at, but those personal things, let's do them for each other. Let's do them for each other. It makes us to be closer to each other.
Right. Thank you very much. Please forgive me. I'm having a bit of a challenge. I don't know if it's with my connectivity. So vinangu sinim vese sai. So ni jawa bayudo bako vinangu. But I hope since kamba varong or since tenga chosi. Okay. Now on our Facebook page, there are 3 questions that we had put out in relation to tonight's topic. The first question was, is love needed for a marriage to stand? And then the second question was, is it possible to have zero feelings for your partner? And then the third question is, how long can a marriage last without intimacy? So I'm going to start with you, Vomkelebai. If you can have a shoot at these 3 questions, if you can be as how can I put it? If you can summarize each response to each question, don't make it a very long one. The first question is love needed for a marriage to stand? Second question, is it possible to have zero feelings for your partner? And then 3, how long can a marriage last without intimacy?
Thank you, Chaz. CJ. The first question was, what was the first question again? How long
is love needed for a marriage to stand?
Yeah. Well, without love, there's no marriage. You need love, unless it is the marriage of inconvenience, where you want a visa. For example, you want to marry a Mzungu, where there's no love. Both of you, there's nothing. Or you want to marry a person because they want to inherit some funds from their previous, from the trustee, from the estate, just to fulfill what the will talked about. But without chitemwiko, without love, there can never be a marriage. You are wasting your time and energy. That's the first one. Love. Marriage is love. This is where you express yourself and you express how you need to look after one another and raise a family. Then the second question was...
Second question, is it possible to have zero feelings for your partner?
When the marriage has broken down irretrievably, meaning you have put all these efforts trying to put together the marriage, try to reconcile, try to do everything, nothing is gonna work, because the moment you put these 2 people together in one house or in one dwelling, they will end up killing each other. They can never stand one another. It means there's no love. There is no iota of ichtemwiko. So they will So without love, there can never be a marriage.
Okay, so the third question now, how long can a marriage stand without intimacy?
When you talk about intimacy, are you talking about conjugal rights? If that's what you are trying to say, well, like I said earlier, unless you have a marriage of convenience, then you can never, you can stay in a marriage, in a loveless marriage, just because you don't want to go through the heartache of paying the bills or legal fees for divorces, or maybe your partner has decided to. But even that, I wanted to talk about somebody who has gotten sick, that is unable to perform the duties of a spouse in a marriage, but the love will still be there because you will still be your other partner will take good care of you, and it means that there's love for them to continue looking after you even while you are in that sick state. So
Okay.
so that, let me end there. Yes.
Thank you. Auntie Ruth, kabora takutairani manje. Those three questions.
Actually, naiva lako one thing.
Uh-huh.
Nkani ya mu
Yes.
bedroom sex.
Yes, Wamkelebai.
That it depends on the couple, on how many times you meet. Benango, they can stay 1 month sibagwiran, and it's normal for them, but they still love each other. Benango, 1 week, but when there's no intimacy muchikwati, mwibaleko, then chikwati chokulibe, you are just lying yourself. 6 months or should I say 1 year? 1 year, the very year that the court gives for you to reconcile. Without intimacy, then the marriage is broken down irretrievably. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. Auntie Ruth.
Okay, is love needed for a marriage? I would say yes and no at the same time. I feel our perception of this generation of love is different from every other person, depending on what they are looking at to be love. It could be that other people have just other ideas of what they feel this is love. But looking back from history, where we are coming from, especially as Africans, it hasn't been like love as in love. It was just marriage, and people would just marry. They would just bring like a girl for this man and says, this is your wife, and they'll be living together. They'll never say anything about love. And they lived, and it was okay with them, but it's different today because of the different perceptions and how people just want love to be. And so if they feel, even if this man expresses love the way he feels this is love, and the woman feels like this is not love enough, already there's that breakdown of communication and interpretation of love. This one will come out like, he doesn't love me, and the other partner will say, I'm showing love and it's not being appreciated or noticed. So depending on how one interprets love, it may be needed, it may not be needed. In the long time marriages, there was nothing like love. People just lived together, had sex, had children, and they were there to cook and do all the duties. And the moment we just started love, and I think love has just brought a lot of divorce.
Yeah. Pene vantu vazisankira madivorce hapa kaka.
So is it possible to have zero feelings for your partner? Maybe in the beginning one may have feelings, but eventually maybe feelings can just end and you have zero feelings. Sometimes maybe because of what this person did and the change of behavior and stuff like that. Yes, it's possible to have zero feelings. How long can a marriage last without intimacy? Unless in the case where there are some health conditions, just like Bom Kelevai was saying, it's okay. I think they can last as long as they want to. But if both partners are okay and there's no intimacy in that relationship, then it's just, it's a broken home, but looked at like this is a home. But in reality, it's not there. That's my take.
Nkanyama roommate
Yeah.
or housemate.
That's the same, you see?
Okay, so Himba, you've heard those three questions. Quickly, want your take on the three questions.
Is it possible to have a marriage where there is no love? 100% possible. Actually, 100% possible. Actually, if we're to say we are going into the next world and you won't say Timich Tani divorce, how many of you would want to go back to their partners? Very few. Vanga vomere. Very few say, no, me, I'll marry the same one. They'll say, let me try another one. Let me try another one if we're to do that. So basically, what I'm trying to say is that in these marriages, love is like a plant. You need to water it. When there come a time when you become used to each other and you feel there's no need to nurture our love, there's no need to look after each other. And eventually, so you don't even have feelings for each other. You start looking at each other as if it's a brother and sister. Even love making becomes like it's just a duty. You are not making it that it's an intimacy. But there's no love.
It becomes a routine.
Exactly. It becomes so basically. So when you say, is it possible? It is possible, 100%. And people, they've lived. For how long can it stay without love? It can stay forever. And you people, they are called Vasila until death do a. They never loved each other. There are many reasons that would make somebody to stick. Benangu bankalila bana, benangu bankalila wealthy, and for our ladies, bankalila mazina, they want to die. They don't want to die as mamisi. They want to die as mamisis, because society has put this
and the stigma.
Exactly. So there are many reasons. So the answer is yes, and many people, they are living in these marriages when they feel nothing for each other. All of our cars vapita, paona fully mamuna mzake apita. The second one.
No Zesco.
No attachment. Then the second one, what was it, CJ?
The second one is about feelings. Is it possible to have zero feelings for your partner?
I think I've already answered it. It is possible. It is not, I think, it's possible. Mundu akutina ni madabwa no dabwa ati mundu achoko kutindimula kumenya nalinzo afuno icho sa then akangena mbeda that let's make love. Making a love. Olo mundu achitache withdraw. Olo mundu asichitache asipanga tamve satisfied. Olo mundu achitache release. What kind of love can you make when wachoka muntimbo, wachoka mrestring? What kind of love can you make when you're being traumatized? What kind of feelings can you have towards sex? Because basically when a man, or when, let me say, even women, there are those women who are very abusive. When your partner has been very abusive to you, how can you have even the feelings or the desire to have sex with them? You end up mwakalache sex object. Ngani mukazi wakalache the bank account where the man will just come and deposit and it's fine. And the man will come just and release in you. Life goes on. It's very possible, CJ. The third one, what was the third?
How long can a marriage last without intimacy?
It can last. I've already answered that one. Since I've already answered it, that's fine. It can last.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you very much. Let me just read out some responses that we got off Facebook. But before I do that, Namunga has just written something on our Facebook comment section. She says, your partner wouldn't just wake up one morning and say to themselves, I want to start losing interest in this person and I'll start today. No, it's a gradual process. Okay, that's what Namunga says there. Now I'm going to read, these are comments that were on the same post that we had those 3 questions. So we have Dixon Perry. Okay, so we have him saying, number 1, yes, love is so much needed. Remember, love covers all things. There is no marriage without love. 2, feelings are part of the evidence that you love someone. Of course, your thoughts and attention will also be evidence that you love someone, but feelings demonstrate how deep you love your spouse. Show it by hugging her, kissing her, make love with her. Lack of feeling is a sign that your love is diminishing. Love without intimacy can't last long. There's no specific period because it all depends on how the two got together and what may happen thereafter, e.g., children, possessions, etc. Also, beliefs may play a bigger role. If the two are members of a church. These things occur in marriage commonly today, and many marriages have broken up without convincing reasons. Everyone in marriage has a role to play to keep their relation alive. Do not leave it all to your spouse alone to do everything, but work on it too. There's a long lesson on this one. Couples need to be taught using various forums. We have Ribet Jobley, who says, let me answer question 1. My opinion, love is definitely the cornerstone of true marriage. If there is love, there will be understanding. If there is love, there will be tolerance. If there is love, there will be mutual respect. If there is love, if there's no love, and a man and a woman are just staying together, not married. Okay. Lance also adds his comment. He says, love is definitely the oil that lubricates the engine of love to continue running, and lack of it burns out the flame. You can't be with someone that you have no feelings for. A relationship depends on feelings being involved, whether full-time or part-time. The essence of marriage is to be intimate. So a marriage that lacks intimacy cannot last even a week because it will be of no use.
Is that
Okay,
land? Milan Sakamba.
Sorry?
Milan Sakamba, but it can't even last for a week.
At not even a week, intimacy funika.
Atakwati granting Zambo pesa time yoyo chutama conjugal rights within a week. Bandwa mankara 3 months kulite. Atakwati.
Yeah. All right. Now, time is fast running, and I would like us to make our closing submissions for tonight's topic. It's unfortunate that Evangelist couldn't make it due to connectivity issues. So we hope we can have a good roundup of this topic from his side of view, looking at the experience and the many couples that he counsels that go through such issues. Wom Kilewai, I'll start with you. Your closing remarks, your summary on tonight's discussion.
Thank you so much. I'll start with communication. Poor communication can lead to misunderstanding, resentment, and decreases emotional connection, which can dampen interest in intimacy. Stress. The high level of stress from work, finances, on other life pressure can diminish your desire or the libido. So, and make it difficult to prioritize intimacy. Constant arguments, unresolved conflicts of feelings of resentments can also create emotional distance. Decreased desire for intimacy always is affected when a person is either depressed, has an anxiety, or traumatic experience. Monga vaja vanaluza my election. Bikwati vima kanga vivuta. That's why mwana vena.
Yeah. Mangenza ma politics. Yes,
and sometimes illnesses, chronic illnesses, hormonal imbalances, for example, medication issues, BP tablets and other things, and wajawamuna already na problem ya chani si wima ukangi wa wima, erectile dysfunction.
Erectile dysfunction.
Yes, that can also impact on your desire to perform intimacy muchikwati. And last but not least, I'll still go back to traumatic experiences, like from the past.
Thank you very much.
Wamuna amene mukonda kumenya wakazi, olo wakazi amene mukonda kumenya wamuna vanu. My experiences amene vaenda through vantu vaja can actually affect your relationship in the future, or even your intimacy. Because what you see, when you see somebody, you see a psychopath instead of a loved one. So it is important that we try to change this approach. Let's come up with a new approach onto matters when we have problems in our homes. Try to discuss matters in a loving way, communicate peacefully, and of course, use Mulungu as your point of reference. Ndalumbaga Patrick.
Thank you very much. Auntie Ruth?
Okay, in conclusion, on this topic of love, intimacy, and interest, how a partner would lose such into another partner, I feel unfaithfulness, and I would agree with Bomkeleba, lack of communication, because both partners have different versions of love, and they haven't communicated to see what love is. And sometimes what would make a partner to lose interest is what they see on social media. You know, some of the things that they see, people think they are real, and some things that they see in the movies, and you want your life to be like in the movie. It's okay to be content with what you have, and you can build your own castle of love. And also to the men out there, do not lose interest to the woman that has given you children and their bodies have changed, and you feel like I've lost interest on Ani Abachimala. You made those children, and that makes the body of the woman to change. Thank you very much. It was nice to be part of this program this evening. Enjoy your evening. Thank you.
Okay. I don't know if it's my connection that has got a problem. Himba?
Yes, CJ. Okay. I'm going to sound a little bit controversial, but I think that's my opinion. You know, when we are talking about marriage and relationships, Apparently, for marriage to exist, there should have been a relationship before. That's when people will marry. You can't have a marriage, then a relationship. Vimachtika, but then at first, at the love at first sight. But I'm going to talk about a situation where we had a relationship and then marriage. People of God, in these marriages, you first have to love yourself. Ufunika wazikonda, that's when you are going to understand how important it is to love your partner. You can never love your partner when you don't love yourself. And always have the desire to give the best to your partner. Ngavikonda chati nzavichitilamwe lwavolo, believe you me, you are going to lose interest and that marriage will be meaningless to you. One thing I have to tell you, or one thing I have to share on this program is that let us value ourselves. And when we value ourselves, we understand how special we are. That's when we are going to understand why we should give the best to our partner, because you believe you are the best. So even when you have to deliver to your husband, you have to deliver the best. Even when you have to deliver to your woman, you have to deliver your best. For us to keep on having feelings, interest, to have the love that is burning, we need to water these feelings. We need to water these relationships. We need to nurture. Tufunikatika mo manure. Love and feelings is like manure. It's like a plant. Lero mwaikako tu manure, tu black soil, mwatilila, mailo mwaenda mwaikako vikamba, vama eggs, mwaisho, mailo mwaikako masamba, just like that, just to see this plant, it looks good. Next thing, mwaklinako ma leaves, na new kikti wanekoko bwino plant iveke, and the leaves should look nice. This is how marriage is, and this is how feelings and the love we have in this marriage has to be taken care of. And be careful that no matter what it takes, no matter how difficult it is, have time for each other. Never allow this egg to break, this egg of love, this egg of feelings. The moment it breaks, it's very difficult to mend it. So let's just make sure that we nurture our love, we nurture our relationships at all time. Thank you so much, and it has been nice being with you.
Nenzeko na funso.
Yes, Mukelebai.
Nanga ngati kuli drought monga mmene nchitira nkhani yafe ya mvula ku Zambia tisiyiloka. How are you going to tapirira? How are you going to tapirira?
Yandotapa mwasunga mukakopo apo atendepe chiwamano wama chikonda wa Mukelebai. Mutapa yakabwera manzi usiku mwatapa mwaika.
Am I audible?
Yes, you are.
Mukelebai.
Sha.
Yeah. ka internet kanivuta ko connectivity. Yeah. Well, I would say time has really gone out, and I was kind of out there. But Himba, I'm sure you've also made your concluding remarks.
She has.
Oh, she has. Okay, great.
Yeah.
Well, tonight has been awesome having this panel. It's been a while since we had Auntie Ruth, and Himba has been coming and going. It's a pleasure to have you. Please recover quickly. Womkelebai, always a pleasure having your submissions. And viewers, want to thank each and everyone who made a comment, who contributed through the comment section and through the different platforms, that is on Facebook, YouTube, as well as Twitter. We want to remind you to make sure that you invite someone, and if you're not following, do make it a point to follow, subscribe, so that you don't miss any of the programs that we have. We do have a live program coming to you every day at 20 hours. So stay tuned. Make sure you don't miss anything. Well, from me and the panel that we've had today, as well as Emmanuel, who's been our director, want to say thank you. Stay glued to Ubuntu channel, and make a date with us next week when we'll have another exciting program in the name of NSAKA. Good night and God bless.
Good night.